Afternoon, Lawton Swan, the show that shakes the Southland. So, a couple of notes here on the situation out in College Station with Jimbo Fisher. Now, you'll remember Fisher left Florida State to take that job. What did he leave like on Christmas Eve? It's Christmas trees in the on the side of the road by like lunch of Christmas Eve. I mean, he was out of there in a hurry, and part of that's the problem with what's going on at Florida State. Obviously, I know people want to point to Willie Taggart and say that, that was when things really started to slip away. But I'm not so sure that Jimbo Fisher hadn't sort of started to slip away a little bit before he headed out the door and stage left as he went out to College Station to be with Texas A&M. But, at that time, he got the contract to be the head coach at Texas A&M, paying him, I think it was $7 million a year over 10 years, something like that, $7.5 million a year back in 2017. Of course, he won the national championship at Florida State back in 2013. And yeah, I think in a lot of people's minds, even after doing that, Jimbo Fisher was still very much considered a young, up-and-coming head coach. They had been in the college football playoff in 2014, the first year of the college football playoff, and not many people thought that this program at Florida State would fall to where it has now. But with that being said, Jimbo Fisher's time in College Station has been good, not great. 9-4 in his first year, 5-3 in the league, 8-5 his second year, 4-4 in the league. And let me remind you, the fans in College Station were not happy. They were not happy. But then last year, in a shortened season because of COVID-19, a smaller year, Texas A&M goes 9-1. They finish 8-1. They win the Orange Bowl. They finished fourth in the country. They were just outside of getting into the college football playoff. But Jimbo Fisher today is going to get a significant raise. Now, again, he was making $7.5 million a year. They will add 4 years to his contract and raise his average salary to $9 million per year with an extension through 2031. Now, what really kind of punched me in the gut is Jimbo Fisher is 55. And it really doesn't feel like all that long ago that he was the new up-and-coming head coach. And now if he rides out this contract, if he can make it through this contract, Jimbo Fisher will be 65 at the end of this deal, if he can last that long. And again, with this kind of salary bump and raise, who knows how it all works out. But I think most of you who grind at your 9 to 5, we can't fathom what it would be like to make $7.5 million. We can't even imagine what that would be like. But could you imagine if you coached 36 games and you lost 10 of them, not quite a third, but you get what amounts to essentially at the end of this deal, a $1.5 million raise? That's the kind of work I'm looking for, people. That's where I want to be. I need to be in that wheelhouse. As a matter of fact, looking at it, Texas A&M announced the extension. Fisher's compensation will bump to $9 million on January 1st, 2022. 4 months from today's date. It will move to $9.15 billion January 1, 2023, and will increase by $100,000 each subsequent January. Again, he had a 10-year, $75 million deal guaranteed to come to Texas A&M. He's coached 36 games. He's lost 10 of them, 9 in which came in his first 2 seasons. Some people believe that the Aggies this year are the true challenge to the Alabama Crimson Tide out in the SEC West. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I think of all the teams in the SEC West, they've probably got the best chance to compete with the Crimson Tide. But I know this, Jimbo Fisher's competing with Nick Saban in terms of salary. Jimbo Fisher now the second highest paid coach in college football behind only Nick Saban. Saban's contract runs through 2028 at an average of $10.6 million per year. So Fisher surpassing Dabo Swanny as well. And again, this is after losing 10 of 36 ball games during his time at College Station. I need that raise. I mean, if you guys want to bump me from wherever I'm at, I don't care, up 1.5 for doing a mediocre job on the radio, sign me up for mediocre radio. But Swanny, you almost got invited to an award show. I know, I was so close. Just like Texas A&M, they were so close. That's, you know what though, Aggies, I know this. They got money. That is a passionate, hungry fan base with cash. That's high cotton and oil. That's old money. Some might say it's not smart money. We'll see what happens with Jimbo Fisher there in College Station, but that's a big jump for not doing a whole lot. Nick says it would be nice just to get $1 million, much less 7 or 9. Yeah. Right, Nick? Right? HD, listening to the program up in Charlotte, says, Swanny, you need to paint the walls orange. Fire up that Clemson Sports Talk orange in the background. Ooh, wee.